Okay, so welcome back to the second session of Emerging and Rain. Sorry for the delay due to the technical difficulties. As I mentioned in the first session, this year's Emerging and Rain theme is setting examples to follow, and the subtopic or sub-theme for this session 2 is success stories of ENREN in last 6 months or so. Here's the this is the agenda. We have 5 speakers, and it will go until about 12:20. And hopefully we'll have a few minutes at the end for question and answers. So first up, we have Kandekar Rashid Fularefin from BDREN, who will talk about how VDI can be a killer solution for NREN. Over to you, Arifin.
Okay, thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Good time, everybody. I think I am audible and my presentation is visible.
Yes, at least from online.
Yes, Arifin, we can see and hear you very clearly. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Transforming education through technology, how VDI-based virtual labs can support the education sector in emerging NREN. The demand due to global competition, the demand to access the advanced educational resource in emerging NREN is rising, is increasing. But the facility, specifically the physical infrastructure, is limited considering to that demand. VDI-based virtual lab may bridge this gap by providing high-performance computing, access to the specialized softwares, laboratory simulation, like that. It can also foster innovation and improve the education quality in these emerging economies. So how this can be a killer application?
Arifin, can I interrupt?
Yes, sir.
The slides are not changing.
Yes, sir. I still...
Okay, you are still in the first slide. Sorry,
yes,
sorry to interrupt.
Through the presentation, I will try to demonstrate, or I will try to show how this can be a killer application for this emerging NREN. So first, I'm talking about the VDI. What is VDI? Virtual Desktop Infrastructure. There are mainly 2 propositions. One is you can access the full desktop. It's like your own computer, own personal computer, own desktop, own laptop. And another one is it allows only access to the specific application, and all these things reside or hosted in a central data center. And on top of that, virtualization technology can be used, and the user, like student or faculty members, can access to those applications or to those desktops using their own device. It can be legacy desktop, it can be laptop, it can be tab, it can be mobile phones. What is virtual lab? You can see here the different user connect to different physical hardwares, but actually those are different labs they are going to access. How? At the right side, different labs functionality are deployed in software version in the data center. An intended user, first the lab instructor configure those labs, and then user practice those labs from the remote location. Why do we need these virtual labs? What are the challenges for the traditional lab environment? First of all, the shortage of physical lab and the expensive software license. Due to this shortage of physical labs, it's overcrowded. Students don't get full access, or it hinders the regular practice as per their need in physical labs. Geographic disparities in access the quality education resources. You know that there are digital divides in rural area and the urban area. The proper instruction, trained trained employees for the maintenance, and the costly equipment is not available at the rural area. That is another thing. And another part is insufficient funding and support for educational infrastructure, because this is really costly. And you need to update every day to compete with the trend of the continuous change in the industry. Unequal access to technology between urban and rural areas. And the major challenge is limited accessibility. You can access to the physical lab for a specific time period. Whenever you need, you may not get access to those things, which actually hinders your self-paced learning curve. Moreover, due to overcrowded labs and understaffing, proper supervision to the students is difficult. To overcome these challenges, VDI-based virtual labs can be a solution. Here, it ensures equal access to resources, like students or faculty members or any person can access to the required tools and resources from any location. Reduce the need of expensive physical infrastructure and hardware, because everything is hosted in a central location and it can be shared among the different users. Scalability, like you are a university or any department can introduce a new course or new subject. It needs a different lab infrastructure. What is the challenge? I have to reorganize or reshuffle all my equipment in the lab environment. But if it is in the software version or simulation version, you don't need to change this thing. You can just deploy a new application and you can run the course. So it's huge scalability option is there. Flexible learning. Student can access the lab environment from anywhere if he is connected to the internet or he is connected to the internet. It promotes his self-paced learning. Also, it promotes the blended learning. Like theory can be done on site and lab can be done at the simulation environment. What are the application areas for this? There are immense option or immense area which can be covered with this virtual lab environment, like data science and big data analysis, artificial intelligence, machine learning, image processing and video processing, complex scientific computation like genome sequence analysis, molecular modeling, computational economics and financial engineering, trade risk analysis, computational biology and biometrics information, bioinformatics, drug discovery, virtual screening, all these things can be, and also the network and cyber security research. It can be done through this. Any engineering simulation, physics simulation, climate and weather modeling, astrophysics and cosmology. This requires huge computational and computing power, which can be easily executed by this virtual environment. If any university wants to deploy all these hardware within their premises, first of all, it requires huge costing. It requires dedicated manpower for managing it. It requires different environment, a data center environment, and which may not be efficient or which the resource utilization may not be optimized, because for a single course, you are going to deploy a huge investment. This is a global example. Among there are lots of example, but I put some prominent, a piece of prominent university example, how they are using this virtual lab environment, like Stanford University, University USA. They use virtual lab for engineering and computer science. University of South Florida, USA, they use virtual labs for STEM education. STEM means science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. University of Sydney, they use virtual labs for medical education. University of Edinburgh, UK, virtual labs for data science. University of New South Wales, they use virtual labs for remote education. Imperial College London, UK, they use virtual lab for biosciences. This is the higher economic countries. What about in our region? In our region, South and Southeast Asia, the virtual lab is initiating. Some universities or some entrants are exploring how they can deploy it, and some they have started the piloting, like Bangladesh. Bangladesh Digital University and University of Dhaka, they use the piloting phase. Grameenphone is a Telenor Bangladesh. They use for their NOC monitoring and the software development platform using the VDI. Thailand, King Mongkut's University of Technology Thonburi and Chulalongkorn University. Sri Lanka Institute of Information Technology. In India, IIT Bombay and IIT Madras, MIT University, National Institute of Technology, Trichy. And in Nepal, they are piloting at Purbanchal University. Regarding Pakistan, they deployed the full university setup in virtual platform. And Lahore University of Management Science, they use this virtual lab platform. So all the university or all the institute, they deploy individually. So what is the role of NREN? What NREN can do in this field? NREN will host the VDI platform and share the resources with its stakeholder. Like this, all the things are deployed in a central repository or central data center to NREN. And as per the need of this stakeholder, it can share the resource. So the costing or usage paradigm will shift from CapEx to OpEx modality, and the resource utilization will be more optimized. I'm going to show the strategic part, how NREN can deploy this. What are the requirements? First, you need to deploy the development of the infrastructure, robust and high-scale data center, and robust internet connectivity. From BDREN perspective, it has already 1G end-to-end connectivity from any university to BDREN data center. It has established 1G connectivity. Some universities are upgraded to 10G connectivity. Collaboration with industry partner, because there is a huge part of software. So without software and hardware, so without collaborating with the matured and industry leading partner, it's quite difficult to sustain or to run smoothly this operation. Training for the teachers. How we need to train the teachers how to use this virtual lab, how to demonstrate, how to create a lab. We need to train them. Pilot programs. Start with pilot programs in selected universities. We have seen in South and Southeast Asia, many universities have started the piloting part. Similar for BDREN. BDREN also performed the piloting phase. Now we are going to deploy a full setup to offer some universities. The magic part is the software licensing. We know that software licensing is too expensive, like AutoCAD, MATLAB, Revit architecture, and the ArcGIS. These applications are too expensive. If we consider we purchase one software license, there are 5 days, working days in a week. And if we consider 1 hour, we will allocate 1 hour for a lab. It can be extended to 1.5 hours. So in a single day, we can create 4 slots. So totally, we can distribute this single license. We can share this single license among maximum 20 universities. Although maybe 20 university or 20 organization may not be filled up, consider it for 10 or 15 universities. So the licensing cost will drastically minimize to 1/10 to 1/20 for a single user per year. This is a huge benefit for organization, for any institute, and for NREN as well. If we consider the hardware part, we started the requirement, the minimum, the moderate requirement is CPU V-core 6 core, memory 16 GB, storage 100 GB, and GPU 4 GB. For this configuration of hardware, the cost is approximately 150 to 200 USD per year. And you can use your existing client devices. If you don't have your existing client devices, the client devices cost is also cheaper, which is 200 to 250 USD. But the lifetime for these devices is 3 to 5 years. And this is the potential impact: improved learning outcomes, increased student engagement, because they are not time bounded with the physical access to the lab. Anytime, as per their need, as per their requirement, as per their flexibility, they can access the lab environment, bridging the digital divide. Because if you have a connectivity to an institution, student can access, whether it is rural, whether it is urban area, they can access the lab. Environmentally friendly, definitely, because virtualization technology by its nature and its technological outcome, it's less carbon emission and environmentally friendly. And as the student or faculty members or researcher get the advanced technological touch, so they become the fit for the global competitiveness. That's all from my presentation. Thank you. If you have any question, or we can question session at the later part.
Yeah, thanks, Arifin. We'll take the questions at the end.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so next up is an update from Learn, which will be done by yours truly. Today's the sub theme for this session is the success stories in the last 6 months. So I just wanted to touch upon a few things because we've been quite busy actually. Learn, especially I want to reflect on the start of eNREN. Emerging NREN group, as well as the REN Leaders Forum. There have been a lot of very positive remarks and positive advice, just like what Shinji told, advised us in the previous session. So we have tried to take this and Learn forward in multiple directions. So I just wanted to give you a very quick outlook on the different directions that we are trading on for various reasons, right? So that's why it's venturing into multiple directions. All right. So one of the things that actually we got advised on and had discussions about the funding issue. And for anything, as we were asking earlier also, we have been facing the funding issues, and Sri Lanka also was going through a bankruptcy basically, and just to wait for the government to come up with the funding is not a good strategy, right? And we have been talking about a lot of projects, a lot of objectives, but we have not been able to do some of those or most of those due to lack of funding. So what we have done is to come up with a particular new arm of Learn, specifically focusing on applying for external grants and doing different projects based on that. So it's called Learn Bridge, broadening research, innovation and development through grants and external engagement. and we want to fund new activities as well as do other activities like the NNA study we did earlier. So not just to do things in Sri Lanka, but also improve our collaboration and the visibility in the region. And so with this one, we expect to get increased funding and hopefully have more better infrastructure, IT infrastructure in Sri Lanka, expand our service portfolio, have a regional and global impact, and have visibility and recognition more than what we have now, because visibility and recognition, especially within the country, of what the learn or what the NREN is doing, is a significant issue that we have discussed, so that we want to do more and have more visibility and more recognition. So now we have been already we have had success, so we have already in the final phase of securing the first grant to this initiative, and we hope to announce it very soon. And we are hoping that we can do much more than we have been doing so far by this initiative. And then another thing, we have been talking a lot about providing data center and cloud services to our customers, but we have been trying to do this for a long time, and once again, due to different reasons, we have not been able to do it, because we have been looking at how we can implement phased implementation of cloud services, how to sustain it, how to establish partnerships and all that, and also to have the additional services like the backup and disaster recovery, security services, training and support. So that there are a lot of things that we did not find solutions with the different options that were available. So ultimately now we have come up with a solution that seems the best suited solution, rather than setting up our own cloud solution without having the capability to have a phased out implementation as well as sustainability. We have partnered with a local company who has a global presence called Oral IT, who partners with Huawei to provide these services and start these services, because we have been, as I said, we have been looking at this for a long time, wanting to implement our services, but we never managed to get it done. And all the other services did not provide us, like Microsoft. We talked a lot of other services as well, AWS, VMware, Microsoft, and all that. Even that was not good. So now we are actually starting to provide these services through this Oral IT Huawei partnership. As we are starting with Moodle as a service, and we are then giving out virtual machines and other computing facilities and also. So we hope to phase out it and implement it as a major service going forward. And we are also introducing more and more services. One of the things we want to introduce is actually Turnitin. We have been in discussion with Turnitin for a long time. Unfortunately, still we have not been able to have a breakthrough with that one to provide Turnitin to all our members in Sri Lanka. But we are hoping that it will happen soon. Similarly, we are doing a lot of things. These things were actually mentioned by Tuan in the previous session. The micro rewards and Elsevier SciVal ranking system of universities based on the research work, and these are we've been used in different places now, especially micro rewards is kind of taking up in several things. SciVal had a lot of interest when we had a seminar on this one. So we are hoping to do more things in the future, just to get people to see the value of it and how it can be used for the improving the quality of the universities. We have one of the other things that we are also venturing into is that we have been infrastructure and service providers so far, waiting for people to use our network and the services and take the Sri Lankan higher education sector into the next generation. Unfortunately, it's not happening to the rate that we want it to happen, or we envision that should happen. So what Roshan and I have discussed and started is that we are actually trying to do things from the education side and the research side as well. So the first initiative that we have started with that is the AI in higher education, because of the innovations and the rapid changes that are happening. We decided that we are in the blessed place to implement these things and instigate this revolution in Sri Lanka. So what we have done is we actually had a conference called AID, AI for Innovative Design and Education, in collaboration with the UNESCO chair at Asia Pacific University in Malaysia. We had it in March, which was quite successful. We had about 500 participants. I'll show you the data on that one. And so basically integrating generative AI in various aspects of teaching and learning. And we actually trained other trainers, TOT model, so that we can continue this training. So basically this the conference is actually had 6 modules targeted towards different groups: AI for Teach, for elementary and secondary teaching; AI learning design, which is targeted towards higher education; AI RE for researchers; AI AW or academic writing for to enhance academic writing through generative AI. We had AI HP for health professionals, which was very well received, and we saw the highest amount of enthusiasm among the medical professionals, which was really great to see. And AI Leap, which is leveraging efficiency in administrative proficiency, basically for all the administrative people, non-technical. So this was a quite success, and we have trained about 50 trainers, and we have given them certificates as certified trainers as well. And using them, we have made a proposal to train more across the country. Our plan is to actually train around 10,000 teachers, academics, health professionals, administrators around the country within the next year. So we are hoping that we can get this done with the required funding, so that we can have the capacity building in AI and Gen AI, so that we can accelerate the growth in that area. Yeah, and so while doing that, and one of the other important aspects that we discussed in last times is that the visibility and the recognition from the general public and the government and the policy makers is lacking, and that's one of the major reasons why we are struggling to attract the necessary funding and the support. So we have started addressing that as well. So we have now venturing into putting this in public domain. So this is newspaper articles from the 8th conference we had. There were a lot of newspaper articles in Ceylon newspapers about these things, and we also see the impact of this conference and these works. For example, National Institute of Education actually already started doing their own training of other teacher trainers and the teachers through the training that they got from us. So which is very good to see, because the National Institute of Education is the body that makes the national curriculum for the primary and secondary education. So them getting involved in using Gen AI and training the other teachers and curriculum developers in Gen AI, I think we'll see the impact very soon. We have also seen the interest in many other areas. Roshan and I have been involved in so many workshops and seminars in Gen AI. This is one of those things. In a couple of weeks' time, we'll be participating in a Gen AI session for the Sri Lankan Association, no, Surgical College, basically College of Surgeons. So, we see the impact of the things that we are doing. So we are hopeful that we can also make a very positive contribution from that side, and which will have a impact on the work that the Learn will continue to do. So that's all from me. And I will, who's Jamilur Rahman from BDREN, who will talk about SMTP relay service, flagship service for BDREN members. Over to you, Jamilur.
Yes, hello. Thank you for giving me the floor. Let me share my screen. So the two things, am I audible perfectly? And can you share my, can you see my screen also?
Yes,
Yeah, Jamil, yeah.
please
Yes, thank you, sir.
Yeah, good.
So hello, everyone. I have come again with a new service, which is called SMTP Relay Service, which is one of our flagship services for BDREN members. Basically, SMTP Relay is needed for sending bulk email. As Mr. Arifin before my presentation has already said that a new definition of ISP, which is innovative service providers. So as NRAIN, we have to innovate something new demanded services. So SMTP Relay is one of them because we have lots of demand from the, or you can say request from our service from our clients or members. And they need to send bulk emails platform, and that's why we have to deploy or launch these new services, which is called SMTP Relay Service, or you can say bulk emailing service. And they need, because this is very sensitive and more technical to deploy and operate, so that's why we launched it. And here I'm Jamilur Rahman, system engineer, working as a system engineer in BDREN. And basically, why we need bulk emailing. So here I have just tried to show few use cases for bulk emailing, but it can be used in many other situations. The first thing is for any application that needs to send emails to users. Such applications are frequently used by many NRAINs as well as their members, universities, research institutes, etc. For example, some universities use ERP system that is designed to send emails regularly, or you can integrate this bulk emailing system with your LMS system, because LMS needs to send emails to their prospective users regularly. So this is the first use case to us. And very often, NRAIN and universities require to send any notice or update to students or faculty members. And lastly, even universities might send any promotional or circular program emails to their prospective clients, users, or students. Even, for example, once upon a time, I visited University of Florida for some reason, but still I'm getting promotional emails from them. So this is how, especially private universities uses this SMTP relay to send bulk emails to their prospective students. So there are the components of bulk emailing. So you know the bulk emailing is very sensitive, and there are lots of components here. So these items in this list are required to achieve this service in full-fledged. So the first point is MTA. Mail transfer agent, which is basically a SMTP server that works on 25 port. So for sending email from a server, outgoing 25 port must be opened. So otherwise emailing won't work. So for this MTA, keep in mind before purchasing any virtual machine from any hosting provider, need to be sure that the outgoing port 25 is opened. So for BitUren, as we have our own data centers, so we don't have any concern about this firewalling or filtering issue because we have our own firewall, or our own server. So from firewall, we just opened that outgoing 25 port for that specific MTA. So as MTA, you can use lots of platform or packages. And the first two packages, postfix and postal mail, which is open source and can be deployed on-prem server. And the others are Power MTA, Google Workspace, Outlook, SendGrid, AWS, Simple Email Service. So the last all packages which are marked as different color is paid service. So you have to pay for this, or you have to buy license from them. But for the first two SMTP, postfix and postal mail, this is completely free to use. So in BitUren, we deployed postal mail in our virtual machine as MTA. So the second important things in deliverability. So we have to ensure that all those methods, or you can say technique, need to be set up perfectly, which is called SPF, DKM, ADSP, DMARC, BMI, PTR records, and so on. So I'm not going deep into those technique because those are more technical, and I don't have any time to explain those technique. I'm just overviewing these methods. And the second point is IP and domain reputation. So reputation is very important because when a IP is used to send email, the remote server will calculate the reputation against that IP or domain. So for MTA, when you put a IP, so you have to ensure that that IP is not blacklisted, or that IP's reputation is high. And the third point is warming up. So you have to warm up your IP and domain. What is warm up? Warm up means you have to increase your sending volume gradually. For example, at day 1, you can send 100 emails, and day 2, you can send 200 emails, and so on. So that the remote server can trust you. So the ultimate goal is to get the trust from the remote server, for example, Google or Yahoo. And the last point under the deliverability is IP rotation. So you need to have a IP pool, and that IP will be rotated over the time, so that the first mail will be sent over one IP, and the second mail will be sent over the second IP. So this is how IP can be rotated. So, and I will show you how we set up this IP rotation, don't worry. And the second most important thing is email list management. So you have to manage your email list, because you have to have a different database for valid email list, bounce list, unsubscribe list, because you can't send email to bounce emails. So this will impact on your reputation. So the next thing is composing campaign. So it includes composing email body, subject, scheduled send, and upload email list. And it can be achieved through any open source or paid software like MailWiz, Motic, Smartly, etc. Or you can use any custom application developed by yourself. So whatever you use, why you use this application, why you need this application. So this type of application needs because you need to send email one by one, not all at a time. So this is the compulsory, and this is the requirement to use SMTP relay or to use bulk emailing. So you have to send email one by one. And last thing is email monitoring and reporting. So we have to monitor our emailing system regularly. Otherwise, any IP or domain can be blacklisted, or any unexpected situation can be arised. So let's visit a short visit to our platforms, what we have done already. So this is our MTA platform, which is built by Postal, and Postal is open source, and we have deployed Postal on our Dockerized system. And here you can see there are several clients of ours, and this is the IP pool on from the top view, and you can see that those are the IP pools in our MTA, so that any IP can be used at any time. So this is the concept of IP pool. And if I go back to the email list, so you can create any organization. For example, I'm setting up, for example, APAN request me to send, to give them the SMTP relay. So what I will do, just create a new organization called APAN, and then create organization, then build your first email server. So we can set any name here, mail server 1, for example, and this is live mode, and this is the IP pool, and build. And here the first mail server has been built, and here this is the domain, and you have to create the first domain. So that can be apan.net. So if I create domain, it needs several records for setting up the SPF, DKIM that I have already told you that to ensure deliverability, we need to set all those things. So at this moment, I need to go to DNS portal and just copy those records to that portal so that those records can be set up perfectly. But in my live session, I don't want to do this because it needs time for DNS propagation. So let's go back to my existing one, for example, BDREN, and here we can see this is my BDREN service, and here you can see the credential. So from here you can create a new credential, and this is the domain. Here you can see that SPF is perfect, DKIM perfect, return path is perfect. Though MX is not perfect because I'm not receiving any incoming emails. So that's why MX is blank, but all other things are perfect. So this is our domain. So let's just check whether how we set up my system. So you can send any test mail, for example,
Mail.
for testing email, just
The mail.
tester. Yes, sir.
Please shorten your presentation. We don't have enough time.
Yes, sir. I'm just giving. So from you can set any from email, but from, at the two, just is the test mail. I'm just testing that whether my platform is perfectly working or not as a from the deliverability perspective. That's it. Even you can say you can see the all outgoing emails here, and here you can see that the test mail has been sent. So go back to my previous portal and then check your score, and it will show the details report about my platform, and it will give me a score out of 10. So I have to get 10 out of 10 to operate MTA. So meanwhile, as I have a very short time, this is the portal from where you can send email one by one. So this is done by Mailwiz. I'm not suggesting to use Mailwiz. You can use any type of application for this for this purpose. So here I can create customers. So this is all the customers. So from here you can create customer, and then you can set the delivery server from the postal. So in postal, I have created mail server, and that mail server should be integrated with this application so that any email can be sent from the application through this SMTP relay. This is the architecture. I wanted to show you in details more, but I have very limited time. So here I'm seeing that I have got the 10 out of 10 scores. So you can send now with confidently. So that's it for now. I wanted to show more things, but due to the time, I don't. So that's it for my lecture. Thank you. I'm sharing, stopping my.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Thanks, Tamilu.
Yes.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we have to move on since we have two more presentations. Next, we have Abu Nasser Mohammad Nafiu from BD Ren, who will be talking about demonstration of APAC file send application. Over to you, Nafiu.
Thank you. So let me go to the portal, because without any further ado, in today's digital age, collaboration and knowledge exchange are essential components for research and education network, right? But traditional methods of file sharing often present some challenges, particularly when it comes to sharing the large files securely and efficiently. So recognizing this need for a robust solution, Asia Pacific Advanced Network, or APAN, has developed a file sender application with financial support from Asia Connect project, a joint venture from TAIN and European Union. BDRIN is also a part of this journey, as we have facilitated APAN to deploy this application within a very short period of time. So we are thanking APAN for that, to take us for this opportunity. So with support for multiple languages and a very user-friendly interface, File Sender enables a collaboration across the borders, thanks to APAN. So first, let's check a promo video of this application so that we get an overview of the features of this application. Okay, let me share the sound first. Sorry. Okay.
Are you part of the research and education community? Struggling to send large files via email? Worried about your data being exploited? Introducing APAC File Sender, a fast and secure way to transfer your files, keeping your data safe within the REN community. Choose from 21 languages to use the portal in your preferred language. Effortlessly share large files with our user-friendly interface. Upload files with ease and share securely, supporting single files up to 100 gigabytes and total transfers of 1 terabyte. Use embedded mailing system to share files directly through email without leaving the platform. Experience lightning-fast transfers over the high-capacity dedicated REN network. Invite collaborators easily with vouchers and manage file sharing efficiently. Track your file transfers with detailed statistics right on your dashboard and get notifications in your email. Use the power of SSO to log in seamlessly with your institutional account via EduGain. Don't have an IDP? Use our IDP of last resort to register yourself, ensuring easy and instant access. Experience the power of APAC File Sender today. www.apacfilesender.asia.
So that was the promo video of this application. So let's go to our homepage. So this is the homepage of this File Sender application. Here you can see that at the top right corner, you can select your preferred language. By default, English is selected. You can also select Arabic, French, Lao, Sinhala, Malay, and many other languages listed here. Click on any of these languages to translate the site to that language. Let's select English for our demonstration. And many other languages will be added to this system, maybe if needed. So the other menu items, like the About menu, provides the users with the essential information about the application, its purpose, and its development. There's privacy policy menu, and there's some help menu,
In
so
today's
that you can
digital
get
age,
help on how to use this portal. So let's go to the login section. We can log in with our Access Federation. That's the only way of getting access to this service. if you don't have an IDP account, you can apply for an account with the IDP whaler. If you fill this up and hit apply, you'll get a notification to your email whether you are getting accepted in the APAC virtual home or not. So your institutional admin will have to approve your account in the APAC virtual home or IDP of last resort. So let's go back to the login screen again. Let's log in with our identity federation. Let's consider we already have an account and we want to log in with that account. Let's search for APAC virtual home. Select our APAC virtual home. Let's put our username. And the password. Accept the consent. And here you can see that I have been logged in with my profile. If I go to my profile, you can see that the system has taken my email and my principal name that I have provided and that I have tried to log in with my identity provider. Now let's go to the dashboard section. In this section, user can see his detailed statistics of total transferred files, total file size, total number of vouchers, and total number of sent or received files in here. And below to that, there's a line graph that represents the day-wise similar types of data for the last 30 days. As I haven't used with this account, there's no data here. But if you have used this account, you will be able to see the number of files that you have transferred in this dashboard. And now, let's go to the upload section. To upload files and to share with others, you can drag and drop files or an entire folder from your computer. Let's consider we are dragging this folder from here and drop it in here. And you can see that all of these files have been uploaded. If you select any of the wrong files, you have the option to deselect these files by clicking on this delete button in here, and the file will be deleted. If you want to clear all of these files, you just need to click on this clear button and this operation will be completely cancelled. Let me select those files again. Now you can see that all of these files have been selected. Now, if I want to share these files right here, I can just click on this generate link button and all of these files will be uploaded and I'll get a download link which I can copy and share in any of the platform that I like, maybe on WhatsApp, maybe on other social media platform, or maybe I just need to copy this link and need to send it via an email. But you don't need to go to that email platform by leave this platform, because the system has already an embedded mailing system in this application. But before that, a maximum number of 100 files can be shared at a time, where a single file can be a maximum of 100 gigabyte and a total file size can be up to 1 terabyte. Let me upload these files again. Now, we can select send, as we have said, send mails from here. I can send it from, let's say I want to send it to I can put any subject which is optional. I can also set a message which is optional. If I want to put the email body and the subject, I can put it here. And if I don't want to put it, I can also ignore it. If I expand the basic settings option, you can see that there are some additional parameters that you can set. First, the expiry date. You can set the expiry date up to maximum 7 days from the date that you are sending. So maximum I can set that up to 4th of September, which is maximum that is set. I can also select notify me when expired, so that when the expiry date has comes, it will notify me via the email. Notify me when the upload is done. Also, this will be sent via the email. Notify me when downloaded. The notification will be sent when the user or the recipient that I have sent to, it will be sent me via the email that the file has been downloaded. Also, it can send me a report when the file is expired. so that I can see how many times that it has been downloaded, how many size of the data, and more others. If I go to the advanced settings tab, I can see that I can enable the send me daily statistics button to get the daily statistics of that portal. I can disable the parallel upload if I am sending a large file. You can see I'm sending smaller files, but if I select larger files, I can disable the parallel upload so that it ensures 100% assurity of that upload. And if I have a lower bandwidth from in my country or where I'm sending. Then the encryption. If I want to add an additional layer of security, I can just turn on the password button so that when the user need to download this file, they have to put in a password. Let me put in a password, and that's all. So from this portal, if I click send, so this file has been uploaded, and this mail will be sent successfully to this user. So that concludes the upload file section. Very easy and simple, right? Now, let's go to the vouchers section. To create a voucher, you need to enter an email address. Let's put an email address. Let's put mine as the email address. The subject field and message field is optional here. Let's again put a subject file here, and the message field is also optional, because if I don't want to put any message, it will be using a default message body.
Nafiu,
There are some other options. Sorry, sir.
just explain the benefit of voucher before showing it. Why voucher is needed?
Okay, sir. So the voucher is needed in order to send where the users that are not a part of this platform. Let's say you are sending this voucher to a colleague of yours, who is not a part of the research and education community, but you need his data set to send to you. So he doesn't have an account in the research and education community, but he has a valuable data. So when he wants to send you the data, you can send a voucher to him in this portal, from this portal, so that with using that voucher, he can send or upload his research data or data set to you in this portal. So that's the benefit of using the voucher. I hope I'm clear. So let's get to the demonstration part. In the guest option, you can set the expiry date by clicking it here. Then notify me when the upload starts. You can set it here. Notify when the guest accesses the upload page, so that when you're sending this file to your guest, you will be get notified when the guest accesses the upload page. And you can also restrict that voucher so that the voucher can only be used to send the files to you. Now, if I go to the advanced setting option, there are some daily statistics sending and allow the multiple upload option, so that you get the option to get the multiple upload from your from the vouchers that you are sending. So within this expiry date, using this same voucher, your recipient can send you or upload the files over and over. And this is the encryption option. In order to use the voucher, you can also set a password, so that the user needs to use the password in order to upload these files. Let's click send. You can see that the voucher has been sent successfully. If I go to my mail, where I'm the recipient of this platform, of this voucher, I can see that I have already received a voucher from this platform. As you can see, from File Center, I have received a voucher, and this is the voucher URL. If I click on this voucher URL, you can see that I have received a guest upload option where I can also put subject and message. And this is fixed to the nafiu33@bdrin.net.bd as I have selected the voucher can be only used to send the files to me. So here, using these same features, I can upload these files. So let's go to the My Transfer section of this application. This is just a similar type of dashboard where you can see the transfers and transfer size, transfers and transfer size, vouchers and files from here. This is the My Vouchers dashboard where you can see the available vouchers that you have sent or the expired vouchers. If you have received any voucher or file from any of the recipients or any of the users, you'll get that in the My Receipt section. And if there are any expired voucher or expired file, it will be shown in here. Now let's check out if I have received some files. As you can see that earlier, I have sent some files to the URL. This is the file URL to download this file. If I click on this file URL, you can see that this is the download page that I am getting. So using this section, I can download each of these files one by one, or the recipient can download these files one by one, or he can download all of these files by clicking on this download all files. As the encryption password was set, I have to put in the password that was set earlier in order to download these files. If I click download, you can see that the download has been started and I have downloaded all of these files. So this is a zip file, and if I unzip it, I can clearly see all of these files that I have downloaded. So this is the features of this file sender, and the mails that I am receiving is also using the MTA or mail transfer agent that my earlier presenter Jamilur Rahman was showing. So that concludes the demonstration of this file sender application. That was a quick and short demonstration. I hope I was able to show most of the features, but if you want to see in details, we have also uploaded all of these features in this section where you can, in the help section,
In
where you
today's
can
digital
get all of this information in this tutorial videos if you want to use this. So that's all from my side.
Okay,
Thank
thank you very much, Nafiu. Since we are short of time, let's move on to the final presentation. It's from Faisal Rafiq from PERN, who will talk about deploying Microsoft and Turnitin.
Okay, ji. Assalamu alaikum ji. Bismillah ar-Rahman Rahim. My name is Faisal Rafiq ji. I will be presenting Turnitin and Microsoft engagements in HEC. This is my first time with APAN, so let them grab my pictures. Okay, fine. So this is my first time with APAN, so I'm learning through your presentations that what's going on. So I have learned very important thing, that each and every participant is very quiet, not very outspoken. So I just want to learn the reason why they are very outspoken, why they are very silent. So can anyone of you can tell me why you people are so silent, not asking so much questions, not interacting with the session? Anyone? So nobody is interested to reply that why they are silent. Okay.
No.
So, yes, anyone?
We are listening.
Sorry?
We're listening to the sessions.
We are listening to
And after that, in the Q&A
the
session,
session,
we
we'll
will
ask.
ask the questions.
Okay, so you people are listening to the sessions and that's why you're so quiet. So there's another reason to be quiet as well. So before the conference, you know, there was a small joke I just want to share, that there was a husband and wife, they were discussing to attend a conference. So husband was discussing the points with the wife, and then the wife in the end said that if you want to go and present yourself, so you should not be too charming, too witty, or too intellectual. Just be yourself. So that's why I think you people are quiet. Okay, fine. So that was a joke I just want to start. Okay, hopefully not. So I will be discussing the Turnitin First, this is the sequence of my presentation flashed in front of you people. So first I will discuss the background and then the functional setup and then the current setup. And in my second option, I will discuss the Microsoft licenses, ETA programs and all that. So first of all, I'll start with the introduction and background. So Turnitin, as you all know, is an anti-plagiarism software, and it is used to detect the plagiarism. So the journey started in 2007, and it's a long journey that we are in. And so initially, we procured this software in April 2007, and only the 10 universities were included in the program. Later on, with the approval from our HEC higher management, we procured this software on direct contracting with Turnitin, and then we implemented across all universities. So this is how the journey started in 2007. In our HEC, we have implemented this Turnitin software in this following setup, that we have a functional setup and then a technical setup. Functional setup is being managed by one of our division called QAD, Quality Assurance Division. The responsibilities of Quality Assurance Division is to, you can say, formalize the policy so that the institutions, the universities can adopt that accordingly. Because, you know, when you are going to implement anti-plagiarism kind of a thing or software, first of all, you need a policy. So we, with the help of QAD, implemented this policy so that this policy can be adopted across all HEIs. So this QAD department formalized the policy, and then they are responsible for the account management in the HEIs. And then they also monitor the software usage, their access policy and everything. So the QAD is the main functional setup that we have implemented inside HEC, and they are the division responsible for managing in that aspect, that they can easily implement policies and force HEIs to use this anti-plagiarism software. And for the IT part, or you can say for our side, we are managing the billing, and we are responsible for distributing the packages and provide technical support, and also provide the reporting. So that's how we have implemented this Turnitin across all Pakistan in this way. So what's the impact that we have received after the implementation? So impact is that we have enhanced the academic integrity. Then we have got the improved research quality, then improvement in teaching and learning. We also have the data collection analysis, and then institutional policies are also been improved. So these are the main core impactful points that we have received, or we have, you can say, got it as an impact after implementing this anti-plagiarism software. How this implementation is being done, that's the important thing to know. Currently, we have 220 HEIs being, you can say, are using Turnitin. Universities, how they can acquire the Turnitin services. So you have to understand the core concept of our PERN services. PERN is actually the main umbrella under which all the services are being provided to HEIs. So whenever the university is going to adopt any services or acquire any services from HEC, they have to sign a PERN agreement. Once they sign a PERN agreement, they can become the part of the umbrella agreement. Under that PERN agreement, we provide them different slabs based on the bandwidths. So universities are offered with those slabs, and they can select those slabs, and based on their slabs, they are being offered to use the services accordingly. Then in our turn agreement, the HEIs are divided into categories, category A and category B. In category A, we have 400 student licenses, and category B, we have 200 student licenses. So upon their requirement, they can easily select the category, and the licenses will be provisioned to them accordingly. Then we have, you can say, limited student accounts, but we have unlimited instructor accounts, so that the instructor can easily manage their classes and students accordingly. Services are renewed after every 3 years with the help of technical experts and the technical committee, so that they can give us the expert advice, and we can implement the changes, or we can do the improvements accordingly. So second engagement, I'm going to discuss about the HEC and Microsoft Education Allowance. This is also a very, you can say, a huge achievement on HEC part, that we've been implementing this HEC Microsoft services across all the countries in all HEIs. So initially, I just want to share that story, that how this how the services got started. So in 2008, 2009. a survey was conducted across all Pakistan, and the basic aim was to eliminate the pirated software. As you know, as you all know that pirated software, way back if you talk about in 2010, pirated software was being adopted by the HEI so that they can use the services. But HEC conducted a survey, and based on that survey, they acquired this Microsoft services so that they can eliminate the pirated software and can implement the use of licensed software, and can also provide the new technologies and access to the faculty and staff. So in the start, the Microsoft partner was involved, and in 2010, the services are implemented with the help of partner. But after that, when the successful outcomes received, or we can say that our first implementation was successful with the help of government of Pakistan, HEC signed a direct contracting agreement with Microsoft. And based on that agreement, HEC acquired the services directly. That was the background. So there were two subscriptions. You can say you can have the two options when you're going to buy the licenses. One is the subscription base, and second is a perpetual base. So HEC acquired the subscription based services. So, and that is enrollment for education solutions, or EES, simple as that. What is our aim to implement these services? Our aim is to make this licensing affordable. As you all know that Microsoft licenses are very costly. So we have signed a framework agreement, or you can say umbrella agreement with Microsoft, so that they can give us the huge educational discounts, and we can provide all the services to our faculty and staff so that they can have these latest technologies in their access. And then we can also remove the barriers to adoption of new technologies. Or we can also want to do more with our faculty and staff so that they can improve in this area. So here is the highlight of our BOQ, or you can say the program that we have adopted. It's just the details I'm showing you so that you know that we have acquired almost all the licenses from Microsoft in all the products. I'm going through them. And if you want to have any query, any question, we can have a session later on. So these are the services that we have acquired from Microsoft. So how the implementation is being done for this whole agreement? As I already explained in Turnitin, that once the HEI has to sign, step one has to sign an agreement. Once the agreement is being signed, they can move to a step two, that is selecting the slab. Once they have selected a slab, they can use the software accordingly. Then the distribution is being done through a global portal, which is called VLSC portal, or volume licensing portal. Then after that, HEC engaged the focal persons and the university's reps so that they can do the onboarding. Here you can have the distribution in the licenses. One license is for faculty and second is for the student. Faculty can have access to all the kind of products, and student can have some limitations that they can use within those licenses. And then we can implement accordingly. Faculty domains are being decided like faculty.abc.edu.pk, and student domains are decided student.abc.edu.pk. ABC is a university name, so that their domains are also different so that they can be identified accordingly when they are using the services. Okay, so let's talk about the ETA as well. So here we are talking only about the licenses. As you know, Microsoft is very much huge in kind of offering licenses or offering programs. So how to implement those services across all HEIs so that they can achieve the maximum benefit? So that for that we have signed an ETA agreement, or you can say Education Transformation Agreement with Microsoft. With this ETA, we can have the practical implementation of these licenses. Let me give you an example. Suppose we have a Microsoft Dynamics or other product like SharePoint and all that in our catalog. Now the university can easily implement this program ETA, and they can be onboarded accordingly. Like if a university want to implement some, I was telling a Microsoft Dynamic or Microsoft SharePoint services, with the help of EES, they can have the license. But how to go for the implementation? With this ETA, the implementation is done free of cost. No charges is being, or you can say no charges are being charged to the universities for the implementation. So based on this ETA, the universities can do the implementation in their areas, and they can achieve the maximum benefit. So here are the pillars of success: secure and connected campus, teaching and learning, academic research, student access. These are the main pillars that we will talk about in this ETA. These are the major programs. In the first column, you can see the programs that are being offered under ETA. First is Skill Initiative. Under this program, we provide different trainings to the universities for different technology like AI, Azure, ERP, cybersecurity, and then we target the students so that they can onboard on these technological areas, okay? And then we have second program, which is Imagine Cup. You all know what is Imagine Cup. Imagine Cup is a global competition being held worldwide by Microsoft so that the students from universities can compete into it and they can showcase their skills. Then comes the student community engagements. In that we can have we have technological sessions, student ambassador program and all that, and campus days. So then the fourth one is automation via ERP and student lifecycle, education day, modern classroom enablements. So these all are the programs offered under ETA. So you can say the implementation is being done through this ETA program. ES is only the licensing part, but implementation, we use the ETA to implement, to aware, to train, to get the people certified, to get the students certified through this ETA. These are the new programs that are inducted in year 2024. First is the 75K Deployment Fund for Modern Workshop and Security, Founder Hub, and you can go through all the list. I can share the presentation with you. Here's a summary of ETA, what we have done so far in last year. You can say 550 plus online activities has been performed. 50 plus cities has been connected, 250 universities were visited and means they got onboarded. Then 5K plus faculty and staff is being trained, 30K students reached out, and 10 plus technological areas being touched. Then we have different regions, Balochistan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Islamabad, Punjab, and Sindh. So here I just want to show that with the help of ETA, we touch all the universities across all regions so that they can get on board easily. And they have the awareness about the latest technologies, and they can get trainings, they can get certifications, and they can get a lot of other features. So under this ETA, we have this also electronic or media or on-site coverage, PR like that. So we conduct these programs. We can also have the TV guest appearances under this ETA as well. So here's the impact of the ETA. Under this impact, you can see on the slides that we have in MLSA, second largest community globally. And you can check the reference as well. Then we have Microsoft Certified Community, Microsoft Imagine Cup, highest registration nation consequently for the last 5 years, with 70% of total program submission in 2024 from Pakistan, and our regional final wins in EMEA several times. Then we have the startups. Last time, or you can say in this 695 startups enrolled through this program as well, including notable names like Sasta Ticket, Kinu, and Credit Par. So this has the impact of the ETA I'm talking about. Actually, that's the outcome, you can say, that we have achieved through this Microsoft HEC engagement. And by the way, all these engagements or licensing is done through the tenants, and tenants are being distributed across over the cloud. Okay, just to highlight another landmark or achievement that HEC is in progress with, that it's the implementation of new cloud data center. You can, this is a public-private hybrid model cloud, and I just want to show the details that we have total number of vCPUs and pFlops, like 11,000 vCPUs available in our capacity, 1.2 pFlops HPC. Total storage capacity is 3.5 terabyte, and then the RAM capacity and host that we can do. The main important thing, the services we are offering, and that's the on-prem services that we are offering through this, or we will be offering through this over implementation of cloud data center, virtual data centers, virtual desktop infrastructure, or VDIs, then storage as a service, training as a service. So mean to say, like, this is what we are going into, and inshallah ta'ala, in December 2024, we will be able to launch this our cloud data center, and these are the two data centers actually implemented in Lahore and Karachi, providing them the AI network-based model connectivity between them. And it's automatically, it's AI-based network model, so it can automatically detect, mitigate, and resolve the issues accordingly. So thank you very much. I'll end my presentation here. If you have any questions, please ask.
Okay, thank you very much, Faisal. Any questions from the audience or online members? I think everybody's hungry. It's waiting for lunch. Yeah, I think we have overshot the time. So let's wrap it up for today. We had a longer session today in the second session. Unfortunately, that didn't leave us with time for questions, but I think we had a very productive session. Thank you very much for attending this emerging entrance session. Before wrapping up, Taurit, do you have anything to add?
No, actually, Asitha, so thanks a lot to you for carrying the baton forward. So that is my uh, earnest thanks from my side, and also thanks to all the speakers for coming up with presentations like VDI, ESMTP, and also your success story that is working as a motivation for us. And one thing just to share with you, we can work in collaboration because you are also building the digital certificates. So there are many types of certificate like soft copy or printed hard copy that is also can be secured. So we can work on that, whether the line we are following and whether the approach you are taking, whether they are similar or can we work collaboratively. So that is another thing. And the thing that was my question to Pan, Mr. Faisal, he was, whenever we meet Pan people, they always tell us that they are in shortage of money. But the plan they have taken in terms of building this huge data center, I don't think they are in any short of money. What do you think? 11,000 vCPUs. It's a dream for us, Mr. Faisal.
You can hear me?
Yes,
Okay, thank you
but
very
I
much.
need to see you.
First of all, I will thank to you that at least you spoke out something. Everybody is so silent, they're waiting for the lunch to open.
Because we don't have any lunch. That's why we are speaking.
so we can sit for 2 hours, huh?
If you allow.
Okay, fine. So you are talking about the money. So yes, we are getting that money from World Bank. So with the help of that World Bank, we are implementing that. So it's not money that is being owned by the government. It's being money that we have to pay back. So we are also implementing this cloud as a pay as you go model. So the universities will have to pay and then they can grow accordingly. So that's the answer to it. That's how we are working on it.
Okay, and another issue, actually the motive of organizing this session is not to demonstrate what we are doing. Rather, it is to encourage other emerging entrants to come forward and whether we can replicate these services in respective entrants. So that is the main motto. It is not to flourish what we are doing. It is rather to help others to come forward, to overcome their challenges, and whether we can motivate them, whether we can encourage them with newer services. So I will request all other entrants to come forward with their approaches, with their success stories, and share their success stories. So that will be a learning for others, and especially those will be required for the challenging entrants to overcome their challenges and to get a better shape. So thanks a lot to all the speakers.
One thing I
And,
can add? Yeah, one
Yeah.
thing I can add. So that's why the services I was telling about in the last cloud data center, we are launching inshallah ta'ala, so we can help out the NRENs to come up and get the services from us as well. So they can also get that once we have successfully implemented this one, okay?
No, I will rather seek your assistance in how you could implement Turnitin. They are so rigid. They don't want to move. They don't want to budge. Okay?
You have to pay
Even
money. You
if
have to
I
pay
tell
money.
them that I am going to shoot you,
No, you
they
have to
will
pay
not
money.
move
You
that.
have to
They will not
you
move.
have to hire me as a consultant. So I'll come.
Definitely, definitely. I will be pleased. And also Microsoft, okay? Because I had been to their doors many a times, but they always come with commercial proposals, not proposals like they offer to Parn.
Okay, fine, no
So,
problem at all. We can have your, we can give you the services based on how much you pay to us, and then we can implement that for you as well. But talking about the implementation. So right now, what we have achieved, it's a long journey. You see, we started in 2007, and same goes with the Microsoft. So it's not that we have implemented in one day. So it's a long journey behind it. So a lot of lesson learned, a lot of learning curves and all that.
Okay, I will send you an email, and if you want any offer letter, I will send it to
Thank
you.
you very much. Thank you very much. First, I'll go for lunch. I'm also hungry.
Okay. Just take your lunch. Enjoy your lunch and pray for us. Thanks, Asita, for giving me the floor. You can wrap it up.
Okay. Thanks, Taurit. And as thanks a lot for organizing this. I just had to just read out the names. That's all I had to do. So, thanks a lot for arranging it, everything from there. And I hope you all had a good session. Thanks a lot for attending. Sorry for taking from time from your lunch. So we will wrap it up for today. And once again, thank you very much, and have a pleasant evening. Thanks, Taurit. See you
Thank you.
later.
Thanks, Asita. Have a nice day.
See you.
Thank you.
You are too busy.